Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Be Determined. Hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to go over how to set up your Inferno minions, but before we get into that, please make sure that you're subscribed. We're on our way to 300 subs and our goal is 1,000 by my birthday in October. That would be amazing, so thank you guys so much for all the support recently. Now let's get into the video. Alright, so today we're going to talk about how to get your Inferno minions set up and what's the best method. So I have two methods here that I'm showing. So the first method we're going to talk about is the offline method. There are, of course, pros and cons to both methods, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The way that you want to set these guys up, which I've dug this one out, is you want to have a 2-block high 5x5 area. So there's 5 blocks here, 5 blocks here, 2 blocks up, and then you want to have the slab right next to these fence posts, so that way I can go and stand on the slab and right click and collect all the things. So there's the gabagool. I have a diamond spreading on this one, of course, but the reason you want a slab is because you can't reach the minion from right here. You have to have a slab to be able to reach him between the fence. So that is the way that you want to set up for the offline method. For the online AFK method, the way that I have it set up here is we've got another 5x5 area, but it's super tall, and we have our minion right here. You can of course put more than one minion in here and that will work just fine, but you want to have this fence post right here. It's actually a fence gate, and you want to have it open so that when the minion reads that there's a block here, it will spawn it, but you cannot stand on the fence gate. So, and there's our Infernal. So we'll wait for him to get down and hit the water, which does take a little while sometimes. I think that there are some better methods to get them to hit the water and faster, but I'll show one of those in a little bit. But for now, we're just gonna wait for a moment. And there he goes, he's in the water. They do fly up and out. So I think the way that I'm gonna do it in a little bit is we're gonna build a cage right here. That'll aggro the mobs and they will come down and hit the water faster. Now the one thing you don't want to do when you set these guys up is have them too high up. Then there is a chance that if you have your minion up towards the top, then it will spawn it above the AFK farm, and you don't want that. So for our cage, I'm gonna put it here in the corner, and then I'm gonna put dark oak fences all around it, just like this, and then one above, and you can stand right here in this corner and the mobs will be able to see you and they will fly down. And then to get out, you can just have a little back way exit through here. So just stand right here. When they aggro, they will fall down and get stuck in the water. Now the way these minions work is the more of them you have placed down, the faster each one of them will be. So if I go and right click on this guy here, you can see ability Rising Celsius. Each Inferno minion increases the speed of all Inferno minions by 6%. So that will definitely help. Having the more minions, the merrier, of course. But another way that you can speed them up is with fuels. Currently, I am using enchanted lava buckets, but you can use much better things. You can use fuel gabagool, which you actually get from this crude gabagool. You craft 32 crude gabagool with sulfuric coal, which you make with 4 enchanted coal and an enchanted sulfur, and you can make fuel gabagool. This fuel gabagool can feed your wisp pet and level it up, or it can tier up into heavy gabagool, which is right here, to craft even better food for the wisps or better fuel for the minions. So this Inferno minion fuel can be used as minion fuel exclusively in the Inferno minion for 24 hours. It will multiply the speed by 10 times, which is really nice. You won't get as much gabagool from them, but the main reason these minions are good is because they have a chance to drop RNG drops from the Blaze Slayer. Another thing that you should know about these guys, you unlock them at Blaze Slayer level 3, and at level 11 they will get a new ability other than the Rising Celsius ability, which is called Apex Minion. And when creating an Inferno Apex, it will create 2. So the Inferno Apex is the RNG drop that you get from these guys. Now this Inferno Apex is really important for a lot of crafts. You use it to craft the Inferno minion tier 11, use it to craft SOS flares, and you use it to craft the legendary wisp upgrade stones. So to get your wisp pet to level legendary, you have to get quite a few Inferno Apexes, so it's going to be very important to get these. The other drops that you can get from this are the Inferno Vertexes, which are also used for SOS flares. They're used for the Blaze Tech Ham Radio, the Annihilation Cloak, and Inferno minions tier 9 through 11 as well. They're also useful for upgrading your daggers, which you use for the Blaze Slayer boss. Basically, these minions are required to get all the good stuff from the Blaze Slayer boss. So you're going to want to get as many of these as you can as fast as you can. Like I said earlier, you unlock them at Blaze Slayer 3, and the way that you craft them is with a tier 1 Blaze minion and 80 Derelict Ash. Personally, I have 29 minion slots, so that definitely helps. Every single minion that you have increases the speed of all the other minions by 6%, so that times 29 definitely helps me out quite a bit. My minions go down to an action every 368 seconds when they have an enchanted lava bucket inside of them, and without that enchanted lava bucket and the other minions, it was like 1,100 seconds before they would do any actions. So you definitely want to get as many of these as you can. Don't just get one, either get none or go all in. There's not really any point in going in between with these guys. As you can see, I removed all of my other minions. I had so many snow minions. Also, I know my island is pretty ugly, but these guys definitely cost a lot of money to get. I had to buy quite a bit of Derelict Ash. I could have grinded for it myself, but I chose to buy it, and I think it will be worth it in the long run. Now, as you can see, here's the Heavy Gabagool, but you can also use the Heavy Gabagool as a craft just like this with the Sulfuric Coal to upgrade to a Hypergolic Gabagool. And then you can use the Hypergolic Gabagool right here with the Inferno fuel blocks and the distillates of whatever kind that you can get to make Hypergolic Gabagool fuels, which you have to be able to get the RNG drops. So there's no chance that you get the Apex or the Vertex unless you have that Hypergolic Gabagool fuel, which is a mouthful to say, by the way. Now, the way that you get these distillates, by the way, is from slaying the Demon Lord bosses. They have a chance to drop them. The tier 2s have a chance to drop 2, the tier 3s have a chance to drop 6 to 10, and the tier 4s drop 16 to 24. So there's a lot when it comes to these minions. Basically, you have the Crude Gabagool, which 32 of this makes the Fuel Gabagool, 32 of this makes the Heavy Gabagool, and 32 of the Heavy makes the Hypergolic Gabagool, which is used to make the fuels for the minions that give you a chance to get the rare drops. So basically, the only reason to have these down is because these guys give the Crude Gabagool, which once you get 32 of that, you make one of these. 32 of these makes the Heavy. 32 of the Heavy makes the Hypergolic. But it takes a very, very long time, so I do recommend, if you can, try and set up an AFK machine like this. It will be kind of a pain for those of you that use God Potions, so like 99% of you, but it is a price. You can decide if you want to pay it or not, though. Also note that whenever you get your Gabagool from the Hopper system, it is a little bit bugged. Right here, we have the Crude Gabagool, and it says created by Inferno minions, blah, blah, blah. This one will not say that, so I have to throw it on the ground to get it to refresh, and then it'll stack with the others. But that's all I got for you guys today. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did learn something, please remember to subscribe and leave a like if you haven't already. We're on our way, once again, to 1,000 subs, so that's going to be a little bit, but I hope that you guys will help us on our way there. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will see you in the next one. God bless.